Let's talk about Last Man Standing. Congrats on this.
No, thanks very much.
I watched it when it was on ABC.
Right.
And then all of a sudden it wasn't on ABC.
You got to be real careful around here. You know, you get beat up. If you don't believe what everybody believes, this is like 30s Germany. I don't know what.
To it. It is an alarming thing for comedians, but my act has really been about family and kids and growing up anyway.
If you're not part of the group, you know what we believe is right. I go, well, I might have a problem with that.
It was amazing. I grew up on Richard Pryor. You can't even go back and talk about the book he wrote.
Yeah.
You know, and then what I got to do sometimes is explain, which I hate.
Tim Allen just threw down the gauntlet to anyone trying to cancel him. His exact words: "If you want to cancel me, go ahead." But that's not even the craziest part. Let's make a deal. If you smiled, learned something, or had an aha moment, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Don't leave me hanging. Did you hit it? Cool, thanks. Now let's dive back in. Stick around to see how Allen's bold move is shaking up Hollywood and why some are calling him the last true rebel in show business. Tim Allen's not playing nice with Hollywood anymore. He's tossing verbal grenades left and right, and man, is it causing a stir. Remember when he tweeted about the face of woke? Twitter nearly broke. People were losing it, calling for his head on a virtual platter. But Tim, he just shrugged it off.
These trolls that hide behind their computer or their screens and their laptops and their keyboards, because those are the people that complain the most.
And that was just the warm-up act. Allen's new show, The Santa Clauses, is like a comedy minefield.
Ensuring Christmas for us, then this guy. For nearly 30 years, Tim Allen has become synonymous with Santa Claus.
I'm in big trouble.
He's cracking jokes that have the PC police working overtime. Some folks are fuming, saying he's injecting right-wing politics into a family show. But Tim's not backing down. He's doubling down. You'd think Hollywood would have learned its lesson by now. Remember when ABC axed Last Man Standing? It was one of their top-rated shows, but apparently a likable conservative character was too much for them. They claimed it was about money, but come on, we all know what that was about. But here's the kicker. Tim Allen didn't just roll over and play dead. Nope. He came back swinging. Fox saw an opportunity and snatched up Last Man Standing faster than you can say ratings gold.
Let's talk about Last Man Standing. Congrats on this.
No, thanks very much.
I watched it when it was on ABC.
Right.
And then all of a sudden it wasn't on ABC.
And guess what? The show's numbers went through the roof. Looks like there's still an audience for Allen's brand of comedy after all. So why is Tim on this crusade? He thinks today's PC climate is strangling comedy. In his words, there's nothing more dangerous, especially in today's climate, than a funny, likable conservative.
We have everyone on. What? We're off the air. We all thought we were at the top of their game at ABC. Who knows how networks work? I don't know, but it was dropped.
And he's not wrong. Comedy's supposed to push boundaries, right? But these days, it feels like comedians are tiptoeing through a minefield. Allen's not shy about calling out the thought police in Hollywood either. He said, "The thought police are everywhere. This is a thought police thing, and I do not like it."
In big arenas, that this is a thought police thing, and I do not like it. But when I use these words, this is my intent behind those words.
Yeah.
It's like he's declared war on cancel culture, and he's not taking prisoners. You've got to hand it to Tim Allen. He's not just poking the bear, he's waking up a sleeping giant. Every time they try to shut him up, he just gets louder. It's like watching a one-man rebellion against the Hollywood machine. And you know what? People are starting to take notice. Maybe, just maybe, Tim Allen's onto something here. Only time will tell if his stand against woke culture will change the game, or if he'll end up canceled for good.
It was amazing. I grew up on Richard Pryor. You can't even go back and talk about the book he wrote.
Yeah.
You know, and then what I got to do sometimes is explain, which I hate.
But one thing's for sure, it's going to be one hell of a show. Remember when comedians could joke about anything? Tim Allen sure does, but these days it's like walking through a minefield where every step could be your last. Hollywood's got a bully problem, and it's not what you think. Tim's not the only one feeling the heat. Comedians all over are tiptoeing around, scared to death they'll say the wrong thing and get canceled. But not Tim Allen. He's comparing cancel culture to something from your past, and it's hitting home for a lot of people.
I don't like anybody telling me what to do. And lately, the left wants to tell everybody it's the we all know this, you should. Stop telling me what to do, you go do it.
High school bullies, anyone? Yeah, you heard that right. Tim's saying cancel culture is just like those jerks who used to push you around in high school.
You got to be real careful around here. You know, you get beat up. If you don't believe what everybody believes, this is like 30s Germany. I don't know what.
And you know what? He's not wrong. It's all about power and making people feel small. Only now, instead of taking your lunch money, they're trying to take your whole career. Tim's got some choice words about it too. He says, "Now every joke gets picked apart. It's a nightmare for comedians like me who grew up inspired by legends who pushed boundaries."
Of saying a word, and it's one of those things where it's like it's kind of unbelievable.
Do use some provocative words, but I tell them it's words I really got from my parents. Yeah. You know, they said this stuff, and we talked about it. I can't even say it here.
Can you imagine trying to do stand-up when every word you say might end your career? It's like trying to juggle while walking on a tightrope over a pit of hungry sharks. But here's the thing, Tim's not backing down. In fact, he's doubling down. The more they try to shut him up, the louder he gets. It's like he's got a megaphone and he's not afraid to use it.
I do some stuff. The women in my life were, whatever political party it was, always they hated the government and who's going to pay for it.
Yeah.
They always argued about that over vodka.
And he's not alone. Other comedians are starting to speak up too. They're sick of feeling like they can't say anything without someone getting offended.
To it. Yeah. It is an alarming thing for comedians, but my act has really been about family and kids and growing up anyway. Peyton's on the show, but I'm dressed as Santa Claus. So he's doing the same look to me. He's going, oh, look at you. And I go, no, man, I'm a fan.
Remember when Kevin Hart had to step down from hosting the Oscars because of some old tweets? That's the kind of stuff Tim's talking about. It's not just about comedians either. Studies are showing that this whole political correctness thing is having a chilling effect on free speech. People are afraid to speak their minds, scared they'll say the wrong thing and end up in the Twitter mob's crosshairs.
Where literally there's part of me, a deep part of me, that just, F it, bring it on. If you want to cancel me, go ahead.
But Tim Allen, he's not having any of it. He's standing up to the bullies, refusing to be silenced. And you know what? People are starting to listen. Maybe, just maybe, Tim's onto something here. Maybe it's time we all stood up to the bullies and said enough is enough. So what's next for Tim Allen? Whatever it is, you can bet it won't be politically correct. And in a world where everyone's walking on eggshells, that might be exactly what we need.
If you're not part of the group, you know what we believe is right. I go, well, I might have a problem with that.
I still get people, well, just don't say it. And I said, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, but they take it out of context and put it on Twitter or put it on Facebook.
Tim Allen's not backing down, and Hollywood's freaking out. He's like that kid in school who wouldn't let the bullies push him around. And guess what? People are loving it. Fans are rallying behind him, saying he's the voice comedy needs right now. But it's not just about Tim. He's showing everyone that you can't cancel someone who won't shut up. Every time they try to silence him, he just gets louder. It's like he's daring them to try and stop him. So what's next for Tim Allen? Who knows? But you can bet it'll ruffle some feathers. He's not about to start playing nice with the PC police. And honestly, that's exactly what we need right now. Someone to shake things up and remind us what free speech is all about.